Hey guys, welcome to Conscious Conversations. I'm Jessie, and I'm here with Ray, and we are going to talk about what is A Course in Miracles and the biggest lesson that we've learned from it. So, do you want to start us off, Ray?
Sure. Okay, so A Course in Miracles is a book that I'm wondering how detailed I should get here. It's kind of weird. And I recognize that, and I'm sure you do too, Jessie,
Yes.
that it's a little bit weird, but
Yes.
It was dictated to a psychologist who was Jewish, and the voice identified itself as Jesus. So a lot of people are like, what?
Yes.
No, thank you. But if you can get past its origin and dive in, it's been incredible. I have never learned so much about forgiveness, about letting go, about what love is, about becoming a person who is no longer judgmental, which I'm still on that journey. So that's my little nutshell.
Yeah, it's a channel text, which I feel a lot of people are resistant to the idea of a channel text. Much in the vein of the Bible is a channel text. But putting the story aside and the weirdness of it aside, though I will say though, Ray, like if you are a part of the New Age community, you're probably like accustomed to the weirdness. You know, like if you're watching Abraham Hicks about law of attraction, like, you know, this book, A Course in Miracles, is not going to be that weird for you. I think it's only going to be weird if you're not on the spiritual path. So it's not too weird. I think the biggest lesson I learned from A Course in Miracles is to recognize just how fearful I was. Like, I think that I think everyone, it's easy to become unconscious to the thoughts we're having, like our self-talk. We don't recognize how many fears we have. And when I started reading A Course in Miracles, I was like, wow, like I'm afraid of love. I'm afraid of happiness. Like I'm blocking a lot of joy from my life because either I don't believe I'm worthy, and it sounds crazy to say, and it's one of those things where, like, even if you, to put it in, like, simple terms, like, how many times do people wake up, they look in the mirror, and they're like, oh, I look terrible, or, oh, I gotta lose 10 pounds, and, like, it's a very common thing, you know, or, oh, I shouldn't go on that job interview, I don't deserve that job, and then as you start monitoring that, like, wow, I'm coming from a place of fear, and as you shift into the opposite, which is, like, love, joy, peace. Oop, I dropped the book. Your life changes. Like your mindset changes. So yeah, the biggest lesson for me was, I think, watching my thoughts and then shifting them to becoming a more positive, loving person.
I love that. And it's so true. The fear, the book helps you move from a place of fear. Well, the book isn't the thing. The experiences you get from meditating on the information you get from the book, it really helps you move from fear to trust. And trust in what? Well, trust in your higher self, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. So my biggest lesson so far has been learning and relearning what is forgiveness and how to really forgive and let go. And the biggest one so far has been for my parents. I had a very good upbringing, but at the same time, there was a lot of things that I was holding on to that were dark and ugly, and I held on to them. I kept them alive. And the Course in Miracles helped me finally put down those things and understand what it means to let go and why I'm letting it go. And then when I finally did, I was overwhelmed with positive memories of all the fantastic things my parents did that I had forgotten about because I was so focused on the few negative things that they did. And so that has been huge, and it's helped mend, like, my relationship was always fine with my parents, but it was kind of surface level, and it's helped me to have a deeper, more appreciation relationship where we just get along a lot better. And I mean, if you get along better with your parents, then I feel like everyone else gets easier after that point.
Yes, I definitely feel like forgiveness is one of the biggest lessons in life for anyone to learn. And I think that, sometimes we even say we forgive someone, but it's a very shallow forgiveness.
Yes.
Like, we're still holding on, even like to the thoughts of what they did. Like, we're holding on to our grievances,
Exactly.
like,
Yes.
I feel too, like, sometimes we think if we forgive someone that it's okay what they did, like, oh, this person
Right.
cheated on me. If I forgive him, then that's saying that it's okay that he did that. And that's not what forgiveness
Yeah.
is about. Forgiveness is about releasing it from yourself, like freeing yourself from the sadness, the resentment, the anger. And then when
Yeah.
you're free from it, you feel like your heart is so much lighter. There's like
Yeah.
there's
It's
freedom.
like they're literal blocks.
Yes.
It's like, if you have clogged arteries
Mm-hmm.
from eating, foods that does that to your body, it's kind of the same thing with forgiveness. Your spiritual side has
Mm-hmm.
these clogged arteries, and until you can get those things fully out,
Mm-hmm.
then you're not really able to feel the full flow of positive energy
Mm-hmm.
and love within yourself. And when you do, it's like, whoa, it's so overwhelming.
Right.
It's like light is generating
Yes.
from your body, and your whole body is exhilarated.
Yes.
And it's like better than any high I've ever had.
Yeah, me too. And it's funny too, like you hold the negative energy in your body. So if you're holding grievances, if you're holding the story of my mom did this, my dad did this, my ex-boyfriend did this, like whatever it is, like people always wonder, like, why do I have neck pain? Why do I have back pain? Why did I put on 10 pounds? Or
anxiety.
Exactly.
Or I can't sleep,
right.
Right.
It's like it actually frees you from physical ailments, because a lot of that stuff is like stress and worry and sadness that you're holding on to. So
and it brings more.
Yes.
It brings more to you of that sadness and that low energy.
Yes. So what would you say?
I love it.
Yes. What would you say, Ray, is what would you say to someone who's watching this video who's maybe like, you know what, it sounds wonderful. I have issues with my dad or my ex-boyfriend, and I want to forgive him. I don't want to read the entire book, A Course in Miracles. Like, what could I do today to start that process? Like, what would you say?
Ooh, well, I think meditation is vital.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, to me, like water. You need it every day. And I think if you don't feel like going to a book for answers, then just sit quietly and look within and get to a point where you can really feel connected with the source, which is hard to do if you have all these blocks in you. But if you come, I believe that if you come to the source with a desire to improve, to connect, that you will. It just, you have to show that willingness, and the book talks about that. And so if you don't feel like reading the book, you can watch our videos. That might help. And just sit and ask and see what comes. Ask to help understand how to let go. And if you stay and you sit and you're quiet and you're sitting in a place of expecting an answer, I mean, I've been surprised by how great the answers have been.
Yeah, I agree. I love that you said the word willingness, because that's like a big idea in terms of like transforming your life in all areas, is like that idea from A Course in Miracles of like, you just need the tiniest willingness, like even not 100%, like you don't have to say, this person did this terrible thing to me, I don't even want to forgive them, like just like 1%, the tiniest crack of like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, like I'm not sure how I'm gonna forgive them, I'm willing just a tiny bit, like there must be another way of looking at this. Like I'm, and I don't know how, but you show me, like higher self, source, show me. And it really is about like, I find that comforting that it's like just the smallest bit, of willingness.
Yeah.
So exciting stuff. Cool.
Yes.
So,
all right, well, that was awesome. And we are really excited. This is our second video. So if you would like to hear more, visit my site, which is Raise Light, and we will be posting more videos where we talk about the different aspects of Course in Miracles and how we apply it in real life to real things that really happen to us in the real world. And Jessie and I will be taking turns posting what we talk about.
Awesome. Yep. And check out my site. I'm at Jessie Rose on YouTube, or check out rebelhippiesoul.com and check out our other videos. So awesome.
That's right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.